Okay, so I'm gonna run through my Dropbox API metadata extractor app. Um, this started as a project at work, actually, where I worked at this advertising company, and we had a bunch of files that were on a Dropbox account, and we ran out of space on the Dropbox, and Dropbox was experiencing some issues where they weren't giving people more space, and we needed to get all the stuff off and move it onto a new server. But we needed to extract the metadata from the files first and figure out what we had on there. So I had to learn about the Dropbox API. They built they have built-in functions that you can talk to their server with Python. So this project it goes into Dropbox's API, and it iterates through all the files that are on your Dropbox, and it requests the metadata. So that's the where it is in the server, where it is in Dropbox. So it tells you the path file, it tells you the size of the file, it tells you the name, the file extension, the date that it was uploaded. And this app that I wrote, it iterates through the whole Dropbox, and it gets all the metadata for the files. So then from there you can organize stuff by size. You can figure out like, okay, like where's everything organized? What's stuff called? And it just makes everything easy, and it puts it into a CSV file for you. So I'm just going to show you how to, because if you want to use this on your own personal Dropbox, this is how you do it. So you go onto your Google, and you Google Dropbox API Python, and they have a nice interface where you can make apps. So I already made this app, but I'm just going to show you from scratch. So I'm going to create app. I'm going to give it scoped access. So Dropbox, it allows open ID access, which gives you the access to the entire Dropbox, or it has team scope. So it's where like if you're using like a program to talk to the API, it gives you the permission of a specific team member, and that might be more limited than just having open scope permission. So we're going to do open. Scoped access. We're going to give access to the full Dropbox, and then we're going to name the app. So today is the 9th, 23 Jack app. This is my personal account. I'm going to create app. And here it is here. So I'm going to go into the permissions, and I'm going to give that open ID scope. So we're allowed to read files, we're allowed to write files, we're allowed to access the metadata, the content, we can share, we can request, and I'm just gonna click off everything before team scopes. This gives access to a specific team member, so we want open ID scope. So I'm just gonna leave all this blank, and I'm gonna submit. And this gives us open ID permission. So now I've clicked submit. Now I'm going to go back to the app console. And I'm going to get the app key and the app secret. This is what I'm interested in right now. In order to talk to the API, you have to have a access token, and you have to have the key, the secret, and the access token. And it's kind of annoying because it gives you an access token here, but this expires in 4 hours. So we're gonna make a specific request to the API to get a refresh token that'll let us have continuous access. So we're gonna get the key. I'm gonna copy this and go into the script that I wrote. Just before anything else, I'll just tell you that we're importing Dropbox, which is the module for talking to the API. Pandas. After we get all the metadata, we're gonna put it into a Pandas data frame. So we're gonna need Pandas. OS. This is just for doing some manipulation on the metadata. And then this stuff is for is for getting the refresh token. So we need to talk to the API. We're gonna do it's called a post request, and it's gonna send us information about how to access the server, and it's gonna give us the refresh token, and it's gonna package that into a JSON object. So we need these dependencies to talk to the API. So I'm gonna import that. I just wrote some text explaining some of this. So now we need the access key. So I copy that, I'm gonna paste it, and we're gonna send a post request to the API and say, hey, give us the refresh token. So we have the key, I'm gonna send that, and it's gonna send us over to this. So we're gonna connect the app, I'm gonna connect it here, and here is the code that it gives us. This is the access code. I'm gonna put that here. I'm gonna give the access code for when we're doing the request. I'm gonna get the secret, app secret, put that here under app secret, and it's gonna send the post request. It's gonna give it the key and the secret, and then it'll send us back the JSON. So I'm gonna send that, and here is the payload. This is the JSON dump. So I'm gonna look at that, and here it sends us this JSON object with a bunch of different information. But what we're interested in is the refresh token. So it gives us an access token, but this expires in 4 hours. We want the refresh token so that we can keep making new access tokens, and we don't have to go into that interface every single time and generate temporary tokens. So I'm gonna copy this, and I'm gonna fill in the information. We already have the key and the secret up here. And the secret is right here. So every time we want to connect to the API now, we're gonna give it the key, the secret, and then this refresh token that we just got. All right, so now I connected to our app. We can see that the connection was successful. And now I'm gonna go into, now we're connected to the app. So now we're gonna define a function to look at every single folder in the parent folder. So okay, so I'm gonna go to my Dropbox. And I just have a bunch of example files here. Just want to go into my regular Dropbox. Okay, I don't want to upgrade. So there's a bunch of test folders in here, and I want to access our app, and I want to collect these folders because then I'm interested in. We have to set up a loop where we're gonna look at every folder, and then we're gonna look at the files in every folder, and we're gonna see whether it's a file or if it's another folder, and we're gonna have it keep looping and pulling the metadata from the files. So I'm going to set up an empty list. This is where we're going to store all the metadata. I'm going to set up a list for the folders because there's no like OS module that's built in for